Welcome to the Zen Zone. We have for you today something that I'm excited to see, and that is the Sherman versus the Abrams. In a photo, we get to see the size difference. Already, as I said in previous video, the Abrams is more of like a Monster Pro with roll bars and a smaller battery. It looks great. It looks phenomenal. Something I noticed between the two bodies is on the Sherman, which I love my Sherman. I have my Sherman right now with some Clark pads on it. I put a little bit of Velcro on the side. See how smooth the body on the Sherman is? Makes it much easier to put pads on. With the Abrams, how it has those rivets, it's going to make it more difficult to put pads on. Now, Kuji doesn't ride with pads, which I think is a real, like Clark pads or any pad company. Send Kuji, please, some pads so that he can properly review these wheels. Or is that, I don't know if he's reviewing or testing. Testing without pads is fine, but I feel like if you really need to really test it, you're going to need pads, especially if, I know this wheel was kind of overpromised by e-wheels. I think, weren't they saying this was a 120 volt wheel, and now I find out it's only a 100 volt wheel. So this is like been my experience with e-wheels, is they kind of overpromise on things like that just to get you hyped, get you excited, get that deposit locked in. And because once you get that deposit locked in, you could still refund at any time, but it's always kind of like it's like, man, it's a weird situation to be in, even though e-wheels will refund you, no problem. With the Abrams, I'm not liking the body because it's going to be hard to put pads on. And it's supposed to be more torquey than the Sherman, which is hard for me to believe at the weight of 97 pounds. I believe this is a 97-pound wheel, making it the heaviest EUC available. Really heavy EUC. Not many people are going to be able to ride this very well. I think if you're a bigger guy, this may be the way to go. I mean, if you're like someone that wants a Monster Pro, this is like a Monster Pro with a smaller battery and a smaller motor. So I don't think it'll go faster high end speed, but it may have more torque. Is there a torque model higher torque than Sherman? Yeah, they're saying it's higher torque than Sherman on the eWheels website. We will see. I will be impressed if it is at that size. And it may also be really dangerous at that size. We'll see. I really want to see Kuji's impressions, although I don't think we're going to get to see him really maximize the torque potential because he doesn't use pads. Something I definitely would like to see is the next reviewer to put some pads on it, please, so we can see if it really does have more torque than the Sherman. I want to see a side-by-side comparison of that, please. I mean, this is going to be a $3,000 tentative price release of $3,500. I think it'll probably be more than that if I had to guess. I don't know if they're under promising there. We'll see. End of September. That's not much time for testing, in my opinion. Kuji is just getting this first shipment. Wow. I mean, that's exciting if you just want to take a leap and trust Leaper Chem with this wheel. That's a huge leap. And not knowing what the price is, and already the specs have been downgraded, I would definitely wait for Kuji's review before you full payment on this, because it could be a flop. I'm not predicting that. I personally think it would look great if it promises, if it keeps its promises. Already the 120 volt thing was a huge letdown for me, and I think it was for many of you as well. Does that, because to me the 120 volt represented an evolution in the line. All we're seeing evolution wise here is a bigger EUC, that's it, and allegedly more torque. We'll see. But there's already the EX, which has more torque. So is it gonna be able to get more torque than the EX? I doubt it. It may be able to get more top speed. I heard this could be, oh, this is 50 miles an hour at max, which is good. I don't need to go 50 miles, more than 50 miles an hour. Not going to beat a Monster Pro in top speed there. But who cares if it has more torque? Because the Monster Pro feels a bit sluggish to me. That's the only weakness of the Monster Pro, in my opinion. For me, you know, it's like, it's just a bit sluggish because I'm used to the EX, I'm used to the Sherman, which, you know, for my body weight, I'm able to get more torque out of faster. And I like the feeling of those quick accelerations. If the Abrams is able to capture that feeling, I think this could be a really good race wheel. It might be even the best race wheel. The higher pedals will be great for off-roading. You can see Caleb and I here off-roading on our Shermans just fine. They're great for certain tracks. If it's smooth and not bumpy and you don't need suspension, I don't think the Sherman or the Abrams could do what I did in Moab in the previous videos. If you haven't seen those videos, they're awesome. And I think only the EX has the capabilities of doing something that difficult. Could be wrong. I'd like to be proven wrong. Don't think it's going to be the Abrams, although I think at the Apple Valley Speedway this could be the #1 racing wheel, and that's why I'm interested in it. And I'm not rushing to get it. I have the veteran Sherman, which is one of the best EUCs ever made, and could be a collector's item in 5 to 10 years where it's worth a lot more than it is. We'll see how the evolution of EUCs comes out. Right now my only hope is the Eagle. I feel like that's been way overpromised by eWheels and by everybody involved with that, because there's, as far as I know, there's only not even like a 100% production model yet. It could be wrong. I think that was promised to Kuji along with the Abrams. We'll see. Skeptical, but I'm hopeful that the Eagle is the evolution. It's the only hope I have for the, like, seeing the evolution. This proves to me, like, I think that veteran and eWheels, they don't really understand EUC riding, because look at the sides and the divots. It's going to make pads more difficult than necessary, and the off-road branding is weird to me as well. That's why I like companies like Rev Rides, guys, and Alien Rides and Yuko, because they actually ride their wheels. All right, I know I'm critical of eWheels for overpromising and for not riding the wheels, even though it's in their mission statement that they own. Whatever, I'm not going to get into it, because look, eWheels includes the most important piece of protective equipment. These are almost mandatory for most rides. You can see how mine are really scratched up, and I have like 10 pairs of these all scratched up, so they're super necessary for riding, especially off-roading. You tend to go down a lot more if you're doing like technical stuff or anything where you clip your pedals. Not really, I don't really crash too much on the bigger EUCs. It's mostly when I had the MC5 and I was off-roading on that. Went down quite a few times on that. Those good times though, and never got hurt because I was wearing my wrist guards. The one time I wasn't wearing my wrist guard with my Bigodi EX up in the mountains, and I broke my wrist. So that is something that is essential. And again, going back to why I like the Rev Rides and Alien Rides and Yukos, because they all ride and understand riding. They wouldn't necessarily, I don't think, want an EUC where you couldn't put pads on it or didn't have pads on it already. So that's why the Eagle has like kind of like a pad system built into it, that adjustable pads, which could be really awesome. Abrams, nothing really new here. It's not an evolution. It's a Monster Pro with roll bars and maybe some more torque and a hefty price tag. We'll see. I want to be excited about this EUC, and we're going to see some videos soon, and we'll make some reaction videos to those videos, and hopefully it is the wheel that I want for racing. Like, I still think I'm going to race the EX. If there is going to be another Apple Valley Speedway, I don't know that there is going to be. The videos that Chooch and myself made got lots of views, but no actual sponsors have wanted to see more of it. Like, no big sponsors are like, hey, I want to see that again. I want to see like these new wheels race or more racers or anything like that. And the thing is, it's only like $1,000 to rent out that track for a day. Maybe it's too dangerous. Maybe people are too afraid of the liability. But I don't know of any big races coming up that are speedway type races. There is an off-road type race in Oregon, which could be really exciting. I haven't seen the track. I would like to see more of the track before I do something like that, to see if it's, to plan ahead. I want to bring the right EUC to the right track. Bringing the wrong EUC, you know, like, it's just, you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage. I want to play to win. I want to race to win. The Bigodi EX is the EUC I'm going to stick with for now. I am hopeful for the Abrams. It doesn't have suspension, which is kind of disappointing to me. Really would like to see this big of EUC, 97 pounds, with suspension. All right. Quickly here, eWheels looks like they're going to be the only ones carrying the Abrams again, exclusive. It doesn't look so divoty here, so maybe it won't be so difficult to put pads on. Hopefully it's smooth. Definitely need the pads. I like the real roll bar. 22 Navi tubeless tire, 2700 watt battery, so it's not 3500 watt motor. That's the same as the Bigodi EX, but it goes faster than the Bigodi EX with higher torque than the Sherman. So that would mean probably it has less torque than the EX. It doesn't have significant improved water protection. That's really nice. Spike pedals fitted as standard, and I think it's 97 pounds is what I'm hearing. It's more than the 80. I think this is false. Could be wrong. Looks amazing. Love the headlight. Don't like the divots. I think that'll make pads difficult, but it's not too divoty. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Get your deposit down on this EUC. If it's the one you think is going to win, if it fits your needs, there's all the specs. Be prepared for like a few things to change. Definitely keep an eye out on Kuji's video. That'll be the first like canary right there. Whether you need to move your deposit onto something else or to just get a veteran Sherman, you could still buy the veteran Sherman. There are places to buy new veteran Shermans. If you want one, it's a great EUC. Let me know if that's something you want. Please leave a comment. Please hit that thumbs up button. Show some support. Really helps boost up the video. And if you're interested in any EUC, my affiliate links below, I'm going to try and keep those updated with wheels that are in stock. So if you click my affiliate link, you're seeing wheels that are in stock. Hopefully, it's a lot of work. But I'll try to keep up on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, stay in the Zen Zone.